Hi, it's Tim Hagen from Progress Coaching, and welcome to another episode of Coaching Conversations. And I wanted to make you aware of something very cool that we're doing on a subscription basis, and we'll put a link in each one of our episodes. But every Wednesday, we're going to be doing what we call an audio podcast workshop. That workshop will be roughly about 14 to maybe 20 minutes per episode, with each month having a theme from a coaching model, using feedback strategically, to coaching self-awareness, and so on. So if you could look in the body or in the content description of each episode, and you will see a link where you can join this subscription. These are literally 4 workshops every month, teaching specific strategies to address a particular area of workplace coaching, as it relates, again, to things like awareness, motivation, teamwork, and what have you. Here's the cool thing. It's only $10 per month, and each month you will get a handout that we will follow along with. So we also give you a tool for you to take notes as we go through each episode. We hope you'll check it out.
Recently, I've talked to 2 different companies, one a financial services firm and another one in the manufacturing sector. Both were telling me of potential pending layoffs. Change is coming. Now, I'm going to do something that's going to be perceived, at least initially, to be a little bit insensitive. Now, what are employees going to do? Are employees actually going to come and say, what can I do to help you? I know the company's in trouble or the company needs extra effort. See, what's been happening the last couple of years is we've got to figure out ways to make sure our employees are happy. We got to give them flex scheduling. And I'm not against any of those things. Yet I also go back to an article I wrote a few years ago. What if we abolished payroll and employees invoiced for their time? And somebody said, wow, that would really drive work ethic. See, I'm afraid we've worked around employees, their issues. I'm going to say it. Stress, anxiety, mental health, all important things. Yet we've also had a certain percentage of the industry and population say, well, I'm feeling a little stressed. And they kind of grab a hold of that as a tool to not work as hard as potentially as they could. Now, my little company here, we don't have that choice. We have to work hard. And we're lucky enough to be busy. In our organizations, things are changing. Managers need to coach. Employees need to seek and accept feedback. See, one of the funny things about what happens in an organization is that when people need something and they don't get what they want, they go into fight or flight mode. Typically, it's flight mode. Well, I'll just get a job somewhere else. And when companies get into trouble, employees typically go into fight or flight mode. Well, I'm going to get my resume ready. They tend to gravitate towards flight versus fighting through it. Yet, I think the employees we need to celebrate are the ones who have battled through change, who have supported the organization. And we as leaders have to recognize them in a way that drives greater engagement, succession planning. So again, going back to both of my conversations, I was absolutely stunned by what I heard. They said, this is really going to rock the boat. Do you have any recommendations? Both firms, non-clients, by the way. And I said, you have to go down to each manager and ask them, who is your top talent? Who has showed the greatest attitude? Who has embraced change? And I'll never forget this. Both people said to me, I'm not sure they would know that answer. I go, that's why you coach. See, the reason we coach is we know who we can rely on. The reason we coach and ask questions is we understand where people want to go, what they need to do. See, challenging times reveal people. Challenging times also create incredible opportunity. See, when there's a layoff or things go sideways, guess what happens? Doors open up. Now, that doesn't mean everybody should stay and everybody should just wait for a door to magically open. See, what employees have to understand and what organizations have to understand, we don't open the doors for people. People need to open doors for themselves. So think about your organization. Do your managers know what motivates each and every employee, where they want to go with their careers? Number one, if they don't, therein lies an incredible opportunity. Number two, If you know the answers to number one, number two becomes easier during challenging times. Because then we can have conversations that most companies wouldn't have with them. Because most people don't take the time to understand their employees and where they want to go. What we tend to do is give them what they want, appeal or appease, placate, and then we try to motivate them specific to the job. That's a lost opportunity. Because when you find out someone wants to become a future leader or wants to work more in data or wants to do more with social media, whatever the case might be, knowing that gives you a point of leverage to have conversations during difficult times while driving what they want, not just giving them what people perceive that they need. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you for listening to another episode of Coaching Conversations by Tim Hagen and Progress Coaching. Now, our company is always coming out with new and innovative solutions to help leaders coach their employees. And recently, we just created a new service called Coach to You, where leaders can pick and choose topics and assign 7 to 21-day programs for employees to learn and, more importantly, apply actions and then reflect and share what they're going to do going forward as a result of the learning. It's called Coach to You. We're literally bringing coaching to your employees. If you're intrigued, we'll have a link in each one of our episodes where you can get more information. And again, thank you so much for listening to another episode.